We're waiting for Jacob, we can call a quorum, right? Okay. It is now 6:31 PM, and I'll call to order this meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Von Army. Madam City Administrator, will you please call a quorum?
Commissioner Sebastian Martinez.
Here.
Commissioner Raymond Guzman.
Here.
Mayor Art Martinez Guevara.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
We have a quorum, we may proceed if everyone will rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Cover. We thank you, God, for getting us together again for our regular meeting. Help us to make the proper decisions that will help all the citizens of Von Army. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everybody. We'll begin with the agenda item number 1, the consent agenda.
Sir.
I'm sorry? Oh, we do have citizens to be heard. Thank you. We have one citizen to be heard. Mr. David Rawls. Yes, sir, you have 3 minutes. Sir, thank you.
Mayor and Board of Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I appreciate it. My name is David Wallace. I'm the manager of the Allen RV Park. I've been Von Army for the past 15 months. Over the last 6 months, we've worked to build positive relationships with the city, police department, and the community by participating in local events. We love the community. I want to recognize Chief Loretto and the police department, community participating in these events. With what we saw at Christmas, huge community upbringing, it was a pretty awesome thing to see. The increased community support shown, like I said, the Christmas party compared to last year, is what I was told is just, it's a perfect example that the police department's doing something right within the community. I have 15 years experience in public safety, and I would like to just briefly share my thoughts on the reporting structure of the police department. Specifically, the benefits of having a police department report directly to the mayor rather than the city manager. The goal is not to criticize professional management, but to explain why the structure can work well in a small city like ours. First, reporting to the mayor provides clear accountability. The mayor is elected by the residents, so when the police department reports directly to the mayor, citizens know exactly who is responsible for public safety decisions. In a small community, that clarity helps build trust and transparency. Second, the structure allows for quicker decision-making. Policing often requires immediate action, especially during an emergency or critical incident. Fewer layers of administration mean faster direction and response, which is especially important for a small department with limited resources. Another advantage is stronger alignment with community priorities. The mayor typically has more direct contact with residents, business owners, and community groups. This helps ensure that policing priorities reflect the needs and concerns of the community rather than being delayed or filtered through administrative processes. Direct oversight also improves communication and leadership visibility. During difficult situations, residents look to elected leadership for reassurance and clear information. When the mayor has direct oversight of the police department, communication is more consistent and effective. Additionally, the reporting structure can help with advocacy for resources. Mayors often play a key role in budget decisions, grants, and regional partnerships. Direct involvement can strengthen support for the police department by seeking funding, equipment, and outside assistance. Finally, law enforcement is different from other cities' services. Policing involves unique legal responsibilities and public scrutiny. Having the department report directly to the mayor recognizes those differences and ensures public safety decisions include both professional judgment and community representation. In closing, having the police department report to the mayor offers clearer accountability, faster decision-making, stronger community alignment, and improved communication. For a small city like Von Army, these are important benefits to consider. Thank you, respectfully, David Wallace.
Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All of the following items are considered to be routine by the Board of Commissioners. There will be no separate discussion on these items and will be enacted within one motion unless removed by any board member to discuss and consider separately by making such request prior to a motion and vote. A, the approval of the minutes, B, approval of police statistics, C, the approval of the financial update, and D, approval of public works report.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion to approve the consent agenda. Do we have a second? Or do you want to approve it? Okay. All right, all in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Move on to agenda item, what's that?
We sign it.
Yeah. Move on to agenda item number 2. Discuss and consider hiring process for the city of Von Ormy and the Von Ormy Police Department. Commissioner Guzman?
Okay, on this item, the ordinance shows that when there's, say, for example, hiring process, police, city employees, I'm pretty sure the ordinance says that the city administrator has the oversight on them, correct?
Is that,
So that's something that I think we're not following, so I would like to correct and let the mayor and the city administrator take a look at that before we hire or fire or whatever.
okay. All right. So you're saying you want to update the policy to require the city administrator and the mayor to review all hires?
I think
Before-
it's already, the ordinance is there already.
Well, it's the city policy manual, and so it is the city policy manual. I know before y'all said y'all wanted to start including like a personnel report on the consent agenda,
Yeah.
which is fine, that's what y'all want. But it is that I have final sign off on who's hired, like notifications if it's terminated. And it's not to per se like control who's hired or fired, it's just to make sure we're following our due diligence and our processes in hiring, firing, discipline, kind of thing. So it's just oversight, it's not,
Yeah, I understand. And I agree with Commissioner Guzman. I think, we need to have as many, I would like to be involved.
because you guys are the appeal, right? So you
Yeah.
guys as the board are the level above me, where if they don't like my decision and they will want to complain my decision, then it goes to y'all for the final review.
Yeah, but we all come from different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have, and we don't hire and fire that often. It's not like
We
we're,
do with the police department.
well, I know, but it's not like a daily event, right? It's a every month maybe we have anyway. So I think that would be important so we could discuss, because we're coming at it from different perspectives.
Right.
Budgetary, public, relations with the public.
Yeah.
The chief's going to have a reason why he wants to hire somebody or why we want to get rid of whatever it happens to be, and that can be discussed. And I agree.
Yeah, so
And
yeah,
then that gets should be put on a consent agenda for the entire council to consider,
right.
and have that final authority. But it's also helpful. I think it's essential, because if something goes wrong, people are going to say, "Well, Mayor, why did you hire that guy when they were fired from the last 3 places?" And I don't want to sit there and say, "Well, I don't know, I'm not in the process." The TV cameras are going to go to my house, not your house.
Yeah.
To be honest, right? Or these residents are going to come and say, "Mayor, why did you do that boneheaded thing?" And it doesn't make any sense to say, "I don't know. I'm not involved in the process of hiring and firing." Correct me if I'm wrong. Jacob, I have a statutory authority to review personnel, and I know we've been through that. And so I think some of our policies are a little outside of the scope of what the statute requires a Class C mayor to do. And part of that is to review personnel and, be part of that process of hiring and firing. So sounds like a reasonable modification to me.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, because I don't want to hire people and then we're not aware of them,
Yeah,
and then the city gets sued. We don't need to have that kind of money. Huh?
yeah, right. The only modification I would make, and I think it goes with it, but just to be explicit, that obviously in the absence of the mayor, that the mayor pro tem would step in like the final.
But you'll be
out of
advised.
town or, huh?
You'll be advised.
Be advised, right. Or if there's a vacancy in the mayor, then it would be the mayor pro tem, so. Sammy, do you have any input on that, or?
No, I just like to, we have an ordinance on hiring people that we had it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just say that that we need to follow the ordinance, and if somebody has some, that maybe we bring it up to a discussion between the council and the mayor and talk about it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what this does. It just says that the city admin and the mayor are going to review those processes, and then it'll be put on an agenda.
Yeah, that's
And
what
so,
we need to
if you don't have a problem with it, we don't have to talk about it. But if there's an
So-
issue, you guys have an opportunity to chime in and,
So just to be like completely clear, so what you're saying now is there's a position, we have a candidate for the position. There will not be any like hiring, commissioning, anything until it goes to the board and the board approves it. Is that what we're saying?
No.
no. I think what we're saying is that the city admin and the mayor, we confer on that
Right.
hire and fire, and then it goes to the commission for confirmation, if you will.
So you want
So-
confirmation prior to hiring, commissioning?
I think so.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes,
Okay.
right,
I'll make that motion,
Yeah.
Mayor.
yeah. And I suppose we could put an exception in there for an emergency, which I can't foresee, but if there is an emergency,
Well,
you could hire someone or
We'll
call a
have a
special meeting in
special
3
meeting,
days.
yeah.
And get somebody confirmed. Okay.
It's good.
All right, you want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion that city administrator, the council, the mayor, the commissioners review. And the final say-so is the city administrator.
No, the city commission. was
This
the-
is, sorry to interrupt, so this is the police department specifically?
Well,
No, it says,
No,
city.
hiring.
You want for all hiring?
all hiring.
All hired.
Right, so my understanding, it was that the city administrator and the mayor confer on that hire or fire,
Yep.
and that it's, then it's placed on a
Yeah.
city council agenda for final confirmation
Yeah.
of that recommendation. Yeah, okay. All right, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Agenda item number 2, discuss and consider adopting a formal structure for the police department command structure. Commissioner Guzman?
Okay, on this, I should say that the police department, I say the chief, him and the city administrator should kind of meet and then adopt, I think the ordinance states that
Well-
the final say-so would be with,
Well, so the command structure of the police department, I don't know if they have a policy in the manual, but the command structure is up to the chief. Because the police department, like, I oversee the police department in terms of like HR, purchasing, city stuff. Law enforcement wise, the chief runs the police department. So HR wise, no, HR is the city. But like, we don't go tell the chief how to investigate his cases. We don't tell him, you know, those are chief things. Like, he runs the day-to-day operations. Anything law enforcement wise is strictly his.
right, I understand that.
So, yeah,
But, don't you-
so the structure, the command structure, he decides the command structure. But if you're wanting him to give you a breakdown of the command structure, like how it's structured, what the job responsibilities are, like you can request that from them. And it should be a policy in their manual.
Right.
Um,
I think it's working okay, but there's items that are left out and we don't know about them until it's over, okay?
Can you give an example, like what specifically are you trying, or?
I'm saying, for example, there was an incident where the young man saved his, I didn't know about it until 3 or 4 days later, okay?
You mean like a major incident happening in the
Right.
city? Okay.
We had, but I understand we had attempted rape in the city. We weren't aware of that until a later date. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't want to get caught with my pants down, sir.
Right.
Okay?
So more like a report on major crimes or
Yes.
major events? We could do that within, requirements for confidentiality of the police department. I mean, so it'd be subject to those requirements that,
Well, it's like the police report that you put in the newspaper, right? There's no like identifying information. It's just like this general area, this crime occurred. Like it's not
That's it, just something
specific.
simple, so we're aware.
It's like the crime blotter in the paper.
Right. Chief, do you have?
Well, the two incidents that Commissioner Guzman is talking about regarding the grandmother that passed away on the motorcycle. Okay, after 30 minutes that actually occurred, that I responded with another sergeant. We notified the city manager, and as a matter of fact, she put it on her city webpage saying that it was a fatality
Yeah.
to divert the traffic somewhere else. Now, regarding what Commissioner Guzman is saying about the award regarding the mandatory meeting that I was gonna present it, I did tell the commissioners, well, I guess they forgot, because they misunderstood it, said I was gonna do it in the next council meeting, when I told them it was a mandatory meeting. So, like I said, I try to keep majority of this, up to date to the city managers. Also, when Corporal Horlo was injured, after I responded, it was about 2:30 in the morning, I notified her. So, apparently, they said didn't notify her, which I did. So,
Jay, can I also open up this up to, I think it overlaps with agenda item number 8, just the city's organizational structure. Is that fine?
the
Okay.
tying in together.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to be open on agenda item 3 and agenda item 8 to discuss, consider the city's organizational structure. So one of the things I've been thinking about and trying to working with is our current organizational structure. For whatever reason, in the past, everything was put under the city administrator. And I think we just need to have a more checks and balances type structure. I think that works better. Again, nothing to say negative, but it's too much for any one person. I wouldn't put everything under the mayor as well, right? So we need to have everybody, kind of responsible for one another, right? And I think it's causing conflict and it's causing administrative issues. So we have to be really clear. I mean, we hire a police chief to run the police department. I think we need to defer his leadership on most things, but there has to be civilian oversight of the police department as well. So they need to, they need to report to the mayor and the council. I think we need to have the city administration, like you said, looking over, making sure everything they're doing is correct budget-wise, HR-wise. I think we need to have the police department looking at the clerks, making sure they're doing everything proper. We've had issues both ways, and so I think there needs to be a command structure where the heads of departments report straight to the council, and we've clearly defined, at what layer of oversight or overlap is there to ensure the residents that everything is running properly, that there's transparency, that people who may have an expertise in one area get the support they need in those other areas, and or that we're looking at city operations, across the board, right? It's easy to get when you run one department, sometimes you don't see how that impacts other departments or other things we're trying to accomplish. And so I'd like to work those issues out. I don't want to have, we want to have everybody on the same page and working properly. And some of this may be some of that. I hear the commissioner saying, hey, if there was a major crime or incident, I wasn't notified. I hear you saying that the current structure is I notify the city administrator, right? And is it her job to notify us? Is it your job to notify us? You know what I'm saying? What is the organizational structure for when something happens? And it could be different things. It could be a law enforcement issue. It could be the utilities blowout. It could be, who knows, all sorts of things, right? And so I'd like to kind of revisit some of that and kind of reestablish a more natural order like we've had in the past and like a lot of cities have, where department heads report directly. And we've defined those
Yeah, well,
responsibilities.
when the city administrator was hired, she's hired to oversee the city. So that should cover about everything, especially with all of us. She's not bossing the police chief, but she's overseeing the whole city.
Well, but we don't have a city manager form of government. We have a mayor council form of government. So the mayor and the council should run the city. With the administrator, we should set the policies and the structures. the city administrator should implement those and the specific department heads as well. And so that's what I see is also part of the conflict, and what I think a lot of the residents are saying. We want accountability from the electeds to make sure that everything is operating properly, because we're not a city manager form of government, right? We're a mayor council form of government, and we can defer quite a bit, but I think some of these decisions need to come to the council for final approval or consideration, because again, we may have different perspectives on things, trust me, I was mayor when we had no staff, and it's way better to have staff and administration. From my perspective, you can think more about policy and that type of stuff. But I think we need to reestablish more of the mayor council form of government. Valerie?
Well, the police department was moved underneath me after the incident we had with the last department for oversight. So
Right.
before that, it did go straight to the board,
Right.
but with the issue that we had, it was moved under me for oversight.
Right.
So that was like last November that occurred.
Okay, but we have different
Oh.
leadership now, right? And we have different,
Yeah.
and so, I mean,
I mean, it's,
it's up to the council to perhaps reestablish, like I said, a more normal, you're right, when there's incidents, there's things we have
Yeah.
to come in and there's also only so much one person can do in a day, right? If you put everything on top of one person, or you have somebody handicapped because they're having to get permission from someone else, when we've hired the police chief to run
Well,
the
it's
police
like-
department.
with that incident, I called each one of you and let you know we had a fatality on the
Yeah.
accident as soon as he called me. So like that information does get relayed.
Yeah, but I agree. I think we could have a more detailed reporting on the report.
Yeah.
Well, let the city administrator come up with something, and we'll get together on it.
I don't.
We don't want to
Yeah.
change it.
Okay. All right. Why don't we call for a workshop here where we can
Yeah.
kind of dig into it and figure out
We'll do that.
how we're going to structure stuff,
Yeah.
or what needs to be addressed. Right. Okay.
Do you have a proposed date, or you want me to get with each of you, or?
Yeah. Why don't you get with us, and I mean,
Okay.
let's certainly do it before the next meeting. So maybe the
Yeah.
next
Okay.
week or two.
Yeah,
Have
maybe
us-
like the last week of February, first week of March.
something like that. Yeah. Okay. So if there's no action items, then we'll move on to agenda item 3.
Okay.
Item 4.
Okay,
Okay. Agenda item 4, discuss, consider, and take possible action to approve a resolution for fiscal year 27 criminal justice grant program and/or other criminal justice grants available from the Office of the Governor's Public Safety Office.
I'm not sure which grant the police department's applying for, so I couldn't fill the resolution out. But I don't know what y'all are applying for, but I'm sure you need a resolution. And the board needs to approve whatever y'all are gonna apply for.
Okay.
Well, actually, the deadline was today, the 12th. I had assigned one of the officers who had 5 years experience in another agency doing grants, which I let the city manager know that I actually had placed him to do grants. Well, after talking to the officers, he said, well, they're not cooperating, regarding what I need, so because it's a deadline. It's first come, first served. We have 200 agencies applying for the same grants, for e-grants. Now, this week I spoke to Lynette, and she told me that it was impossible for her to provide those numbers for me to provide to the governor so I could get the grants. She even told me that it was impossible, but there was so much behind.
No, I could have done it. I could have done it. So I asked what they wanted to apply for. Like we previously talked about license plate readers, so I was all ready to do the license plate reader grant with the CJAG. And then the officer contacted me. I didn't know he was going to apply for the grant. I thought I was applying for the grant, and like there were some mandatory classes you had to take. But then so they changed it, and they were applying for vehicles. I didn't know anything about it. I had asked for the information so that I could do it, and I never got anything. So,
That's where that comes in.
yeah.
Structure,
Right there.
yeah, exactly.
Somebody's
Okay.
gotta be passed to the next person.
Okay, so are you saying this is kind of moot at this point?
Right.
Okay.
So, but I don't know
I
about
also have
the Homeland Security grant, I don't know.
287 program that actually, the federal government is actually opening up this cycle. It's gonna be over for the next two, three years. It's up front, it's $100,000 and $7,500 training for every officer that I was sent to a 40-hour course to working with the federal government. And
Thank you, Chief.
I would like to put it for the next agenda as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is,
Okay.
is it from the office of the governor or is it from somewhere else?
No, that's federal.
Because if it's through the office of the governor, I have it on the agenda.
It's from ICE.
Well, I know it's ICE, but is it through e-grants or is it, no?
It's U.S. Customs
Okay.
from Homeland Security.
It's Homeland Security, so it's DHS? Okay.
I mean, we're gonna have a special meeting on the city organization. You want it on that one, or you want it on the regular? As soon as possible. Okay. We can put this on the special meeting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
All right. I don't think there's else we can. Okay. We'll move on to agenda item number 5. Discuss, consider the city's ability to to maintain trees on public easements.
Now, that one's mine. It's, we've got a problem with trees. I know this one lady was here the other day. And not only that, these trees are terrible. There's one right here on the main drag coming to the city. It goes from, it's at the church. And it goes from the church all the way to the other side of the street. And you go down here on Run Army Road, you won't be able to mow that anymore because the branches are out there all the way to the street.
Into the right of way.
And I don't think that we have a plan to take care of things like that. Or do we have enough help to do that? I know we couldn't do it by the city, I'm sure. So,
So that's where I want board direction because we're not supposed to touch the trees on private property. And the easements are private property. So unless y'all want to make an exception or decide whatever, like, our rule is we don't touch what's on private property. If it's not on city property, we don't cut it. So if y'all want something different, like, put it on the record.
I know we wouldn't like tear down the tree if it's if the trunk is in the private property.
Yeah.
But if it grows into the public right of way, we can trim it, is my understanding.
That's what I want
That's what I
direction from y'all.
say.
Yeah, you can trim it over the public right of way.
Okay.
But if it's a private road easement, that's not public road.
no, I'm talking about the main drags.
Well,
We're gonna have about 3 main drags.
There's a tree that is kind of bent over and it does come across on Quarter Horse.
Yeah.
So the part that's over Quarter Horse, we could trim,
Yeah.
is what you're saying?
Bent,
Because we can do that. I just wanted direction from you guys before we
Yeah.
touched it.
I would make sure we try to talk to the landowner, because, we might have to cut it and it looks ugly. They might say, I'll pay for the rest.
Yeah, because
So
it's literally
it's
almost like
so it's a
this.
nice looking cut.
It's very tilted.
Because when
so-
CPS comes in, they literally just make a line and it just,
Right.
you get these butchered looking trees. So I would say, please make at least an attempt
Yeah.
If the
to
city
have them.
does it,
And then we can't touch the trees around the power lines. Like that, we have to call CPS for, which
Yeah.
we have been calling them out to trim trees, so.
we can't be cutting on the people's yard or property because a tree falls on the fence or something.
Right. But we can coordinate with them. In other words, they're going to
I'm
go,
not talking about private property, I'm talking, we only have 4 main drags. Bryce Lane, Quarter Horse, and this one here, and I know over.
now, I know we've talked about this for years.
I know.
That also about improving our tree stock. We had talked
Oh,
about
the oak trees.
giving out oak trees and
Yeah.
stuff to replace the hackberries and the
Yes.
mesquite. Like I got 100-year mesquites or whatever, so it barely looks like a tree. Which, over time will, beautify the city. That's also a
So,
project we talked about.
We were supposed to get the acorns and whatnot from the river,
Yeah.
from the Santa Ana tree.
Did we fund that this year or no?
We didn't find it, this was like 2018, last time we talked about it.
We'll have some trees coming.
Well, I'm just saying we have plenty.
We had trees
we can
that,
plant.
well, she knows how many. There were, and the rule says
13 trees, but,
that you replace them. And I think if we get anything, we should put oak trees in front of the blue building.
I agree. Yeah. Absolutely.
But we haven't got the trees yet, Valerie.
Okay. Well, we'll put that on a future, we put the tree project back on.
Yes.
Okay.
We're working on it.
But so with the tree that is leaning over a quarter horse,
No hackberry
like what
trees.
is your direction on that?
Well, I would say trim it back to clear the right of way for
Talk to
traffic.
the pastor.
Yeah, is it
It's
George's? Yeah, go talk
It's his
to
building.
Pastor Reese about,
The other area we have issues with trees is along Benton City Road,
Yeah.
on that
Uh,
field. Now, those
bring
are
that
all
up.
private trees. Every time there's a storm, we have to go pick them up out of the street.
no, we've cut that before.
So,
And we did that. We just cut a line and it ugly, but we just
because
went
most
right
of
down
those
and
trees
cut
are
it.
dead.
Would that
Yeah.
come
Most of
under,
those trees are
would
dead.
that come under code compliance?
Well, it could,
Well, why not?
if they're a nuisance or public safety
You
risk.
would- You can send them a letter and give them the opportunity to clear it, and otherwise we can do it at our expense and charge them.
So what do you,
Some of those
whatever
trees
y'all
are
want to
not
do.
on the property of the person.
Well,
they're
they
out.
own it. We don't own the easement. They own the easement. We just have access to it. We don't own it.
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing easements, and we're doing.
Is there an easement on that side of the road? Because all the utilities are on the other side.
I don't,
I want to check.
Yeah, they are on the other
'Cause like
side.
my frontage, there's no public easement in the front.
Well,
Kind of weird, but there
send
is.
them a letter,
Yeah.
huh? And that, a butt's covered.
so on Benton City Road, you just want us to do that code enforcement wise? Unless it's an emergency and it's falling down or something like that, then we'll take it down, but.
Our policy used to be if the tree falls on the road, we go and move the tree
Right.
back
Go
onto the
move it.
private
Well,
property.
we,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
We move it off the road, but if the trees are growing into the right of way, I remember at least twice we cut them
Yeah,
on Benton City Road.
yeah.
We've done that
So we
before.
can do that.
So, yeah,
We could definitely do that.
Okay, good.
and send them a letter and say, what,
Okay.
clear these up and be part of our tree program.
but here's the thing, we did that code compliance one out, and they did, right there on, Royce Lane, right on the corner. So this, what's her name? That's right there, somebody knows it, she's kin to you. But anyway, on Royce Road, right on,
Ruiz.
okay. So she's out there and she cleans all that. But she took it and put it on the corner, and that stuff is this high. Now, what are they gonna do with it? She can't move it.
Well, just go have Public Works pick it up. I mean, it beautifies the city,
Yeah, just let me know
You can
tomorrow.
only put three little woods from the cubic three thing on.
Yeah, and it
along with the
doesn't
bandit
look
sign. I
good.
keep seeing the same bandit
I
sign.
know.
Is Public Works here? We're supposed to do the weekly bandit sign removal,
Yeah.
and to my infinite frustration, I see the same
Okay,
bandit
we'll
signs
get the city.
since January 1st. So please do that. Okay, well, that's off topic. Okay. We have our direction on 5. So 6, discuss, consider, and take possible action regarding the city's contract with Sanchez and Wilson PLLC.
If I may,
Oh, Jake, oh, yeah. Just don't charge us for this time.
well, Commissioners, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about our rate. We've been charging $150 an hour since 2015, and we've done that because of our longstanding relationship with y'all and our enjoyment of providing this service to y'all. But with the changing landscape around everything and how everything else has gone up, our expenses have also gone up. And so our new proposed rate is $250 an hour, and that's still less than what we charge, other types of clients. This is still, we're trying to give y'all a friends deal, really, by keeping it at $250. We enjoy working with y'all and for y'all. We've enjoyed the many different opportunities and types of issues that we've had to address. And if y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Oh, what are we trying to do?
I guess keep up with inflation.
Yep.
We pay-
They need to get, but these people have been working with us since 2008.
Yeah.
Or 90 years since then.
I mean,
As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
they're doing a good job. Now,
I'm a city attorney elsewhere,
see,
and I bill $350 an hour.
see?
So I think 250 is,
So should we get some here for 250?
Competitive.
Why even discuss it? Do
Well, it has to
we
be
do we need a motion
we do need a motion to approve.
to keep using
Oh,
it?
hold on one second. We gotta-
When would this take effect? This fiscal year or the next fiscal year?
That's a good one.
You know, ideally, we'd like for it to take effect immediately.
So we're gonna haggle with you.
You know, we're
Good
willing-
question.
Again, we're willing to work with y'all.
We've already set our budget.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing this, I enjoy coming here and working with all y'all, and I enjoy the different issues that come up. I joke to anyone who asks me what my favorite part of being an attorney is, and it's getting to play prosecutor once a month. And so, we're willing to work with y'all on timing.
Yes, can we please do it the next fiscal year?
Okay.
Well, talk to Woody.
Well, the administrator is asking for the next fiscal year,
Please.
so we can properly budget for it.
September.
October 1st.
October
In
1st.
October,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll discuss.
Okay.
with your boss.
If not, we can work it out. It's just, it's math, so.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we pay $275.
No, I won't second
The
that.
reason for that is the mayor can charge $375. He'll do it $100 cheaper.
But
If we're bidding here, I
We
can,
don't want to do a gift of public funds now.
that's right.
250.
Hey, I'll make a motion, rescind that motion. I'll make a motion to increase it to $250.
As of
Well, we
next
were
fiscal year.
talking about that, but because of the budget, but
Yeah.
I don't know, we could work something out.
Okay. Well,
But
I would say next fiscal, when we do our budget adjustment in the next
Yes.
quarter, we can reconsider early adoption. But we gotta make sure the money's there,
Yeah.
so.
they're making a lot of money anyway.
Well, I don't care about them, us.
Let's vote on my motion, okay?
Okay. All right, we have a motion to increase to 50 beginning next fiscal year. We have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
All
right.
opposed, say no. Ayes have it. Thank you, Jacob.
It's not enough, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, it is.
Hey, did they get their statute contribution in? Yeah. Hey, Jacob, can you also remind that the statute pledge needs to,
Statute pledge, I know, that's on my list.
okay.
They woke up people, didn't
All right, we'll move on to agenda item number 7, discuss, consider, take possible action regarding the city's contract with the city planner. Brandon Melland.
That's yours, Valerie.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah.
Commission. Again, following Jacob, it's been an honor serving this community. This is what I started my business to do, is to serve as planning director for several years, worked for 6 cities, and started my business to be able to do what I did, working for cities and be able to do it for lots of cities at once. So, really proud of the work we've done here, and I'm extremely grateful for supporting my family and my profession. And so with that, yeah, I'm respectfully asking to increase my rate as well. I first had the opportunity to start working for Von Army in 2022. I was a consultant with your previous engineer, Kate Friesen Associates. They were billing me at $190, and naturally, I saw what they were billing me, and I think they were talking about taking me up to $230, and that was about the time I started thinking, I could go out on my own, not office out of a glass tower, not have any vice presidents or anybody, and do this myself. And so I was fortunate to hire y'all individually when I started my business. I took my rate all the way down to 144. And I've been doing that for the last 3 years, and I haven't raised my rate once on you guys. But across my entire business, just accounting for all the increases and all the costs and everything, personal and business-wise, respectfully asking to increase it to 168. And with that, just one other thing to consider. I understand the cost. I was planning director too, and used to pay for consultants. Most of what I bill the city is pass-through. So on one hand, you could say I'm increasing my rate on what the city's paying me, but to be totally frank, I'm increasing my rate on what y'all are billing developers. So in one respect, I'm increasing my rate on the developers that come into the city, because that's the practice, is to the greatest extent possible, consultants like me tonight, my time, my driving here, that's going to be billed back. Some of that's going to be billed back to the guy that was here earlier, because that's what it costs. Let development pay for itself. The citizens shouldn't have to shoulder my costs, because they're not asking developers to come here. So not all of it is passed through. There's a lot of stuff, like the future land use stuff, that's not passed through. That will come out of the general fund.
But most of what I bill the city is pass-through. So just, respectfully, take that into consideration as well. And
Okay.
again, appreciate the business and opportunity to serve the city. Thank you.
What was your rate?
I'm sorry?
160?
My rate for the last 3 years was 144. And I'm asking to increase to 168. That's
160?
based on salary.
168?
Well, salary and just honestly, just talking to the planners. I compete with companies, I compete with the big firms, Reese and Nichols, Half and Associates. I am a certified planner with 20 years of experience in architecture. I'm a trained architect, certified city planner, former planning director, so I've got 20 years experience. That rate, if you were to hire Reese and Nichols, Half and Associates, Kinley Warren, one of the other larger firms, someone with my credentials is going to come in here, at least as of 2 years ago, probably would have charged you $225. Basically what Kate Reese is going to charge you guys. But I have an office that I lease from a friend of mine who's an engineer. I keep my costs low. I don't have any overhead. I don't have vice presidents. I'm not owned by an equity company. So I'm able to charge a lot less than that. So yeah, that's what the 160 is based on.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right.
Well, I came back on board in '22, but I've been here since 2008. And we spent, we're going through the day talking to the gentleman there, and we spent hours on zoning and all, doing all that. And, well, I don't know how much you got paid, but we didn't get paid. We were just here, and we wouldn't know what the hell to do if we had been abandoned. And when these developers come in here and stuff like that, that's the guy that gets us out of hot water, because he knows what they're talking about, and we don't. So I'm just saying that. Anybody else?
No, I just make a motion that we raise it to 168.
I'll second it.
Discussion, as of next fiscal year, or as of when?
Whenever, same time as,
As Woody?
Yeah, let's treat them the same.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. All right, okay, as of next fiscal year. All right, we have a motion?
Thank you all.
Thank you. Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Uh,
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we did 8, so we're on agenda item number 9. Discuss, consider, and take possible action regarding policies for public use of city facilities. I put this on here just in response to different questions and residents' concerns. Wanted to review the policies we have for allowing people to utilize our facilities. We just have to make sure that we're neutral about it. If we allow one organization, we have to allow others with the exact same terms, exact same requirements. And if whether that's happening or not, there's a perception that it's not. And so I just want to make sure that our policies are equally applied. I've had many comments about the American Legion sign on the building, because this isn't the American Legion Hall, but it should say American Legion meets here or something. This is a city-paid facility, little knickknacks like that. But mainly that, we've got different groups in the city that want to do things. And so we need to have policies to make sure that protect us from liability. We want to make sure if we need people to sign releases, that they're released. If we have insurance requirements, that everyone's applying the same. If we have fees, that everybody's charging the same fees, that there's no content difference. So if the Democrats want to use the building, that's fine, but then the Republicans can use the building, all that kind of stuff. If the Navy wants to use it, then the Army gets to use it. Whatever it happens to be, we just got to make sure that those are public, that they're known, and that they're evenly applied. And again, I'm not sort of saying that they're not, it's just, but I've been getting lots of calls. So do we have a policy on public facilities?
It's in the packet.
It's in the packet.
We have an ordinance.
Okay, yeah, okay. And is everybody in compliance with it? I mean, I know we have some groups that have like contracts with the city, right?
Yeah.
For continuous use, and other people do it for a one-time. Are they treated differently, or can we kind of go overall, kind of explain the
Well, the city,
process of
well, this
public?
all belongs to the city. I mean, to the citizens.
Yes.
So we do need to have, this is a lumber policy here. Where different groups could come right in here and,
Absolutely.
but there has to be rules. Now, I checked out on, what was it, the fitness? Okay, I did check it out. There were so many rules. If you have so many people, you gotta have somebody that's qualified for first aid.
Right.
And it goes by groups. And if you have enough people, then you're gonna have to have some place where there's water and towels and things like that. So, I mean, if a group would come up with something like that, I wouldn't have, because see, then we'd be liable. That's the reason they do that.
But every organization, like the mayor is saying, I agree and I agree with you. Every
Yeah.
organization needs to go by the same policy.
Yeah,
It's not that way, Ron.
so, but what we need to do is we have to have a, I don't know, I don't even know how we could put it, like if enough people want to come, we'll say 10, 12. And, where they could wash up and things like that, see, and
Yeah. So what organizations have like ongoing use, like we have a contract or a,
It's just Von Army Cares.
Army Cares, and the American Legion, right?
Well,
Yeah.
American Legion's grandfathered. They were using it before, but then so the American Legion actually did go by this, and so did the neighborhood association. They both paid their security deposit, and they have like, so the security deposit's only if you're gonna use it consistently, like
Consistent,
more
Yeah,
than once.
okay.
So like they both have access.
Okay. So if an organization says, hey, we want to have our monthly meeting, they come to the
Yeah.
city,
they could do it.
they have
Yeah.
to do what? They have to have insurance, they have to
Uh,
have a deposit?
No, no, we didn't
No.
require insurance.
Okay.
It's a $100 security deposit,
Okay,
and it rolls over year to year until they decide they don't want to use it anymore.
Then they get it back.
okay. And what about an organization that says, hey, we want to have a one-time event?
They don't need a security deposit.
Don't need security
We
deposit.
have had organizations like Ridgecrest Tenants and all that where they use it for a one-time meeting. There's no charge for that.
No charge for that, okay. And what about, I know we had an issue once with liability waivers and stuff like that, like. how
That
do
was
you-
only for the exercise.
Okay.
That was only regarding the exercise.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the building.
We-
Yeah.
we-
So it doesn't apply to exercise in the park. It only applies to exercise in the building.
But let's say somebody wants to, I don't know, give out candy or toys or something.
Well, the way
Shouldn't
that,
we have a liability waiver?
so
We're already doing
the
that.
way that is written, there is an application they have to fill out with indemnification on it.
That's in there.
But that is only for nonprofits.
Event approval
So
part.
it's not for like if you want to come have a birthday here. It's only for like groups that want to meet. That's what the ordinance we passed with Casey was for
Yeah, it's
specifically.
signed by Mayor
It was
Casey.
specifically for nonprofits.
Okay, and what's a nonprofit, a state nonprofit, or is it a 501c3, or do we have, it's just,
Well,
it has to be organized,
like the
right?
American Legion's a 501c3. The neighborhood association was just like how do you say it? Unincorporated nonprofit. Yeah.
Nonprofit association.
So we didn't like pick and choose on that. It's just if they wanted to use it. The Ridgecrest one was a 501c3, I think, or they were a Texas nonprofit,
Right,
incorporated.
okay. All right, do we,
Does Von Army Cares have liability?
I don't know.
I asked for
Insurance?
information, but
Okay.
did not
Well, you said-
know
you said
it wasn't transparent.
No organization, we don't require any additional insurance, right?
No.
Okay.
No,
Now, what happens,
that's
Jacob,
got
if, let's say, American Legion throws a kegger and somebody falls and hurts themselves, should we, I mean, are we covered by our current
We're
agreement? or-
we're responsible. We're res-
Alcohol is not allowed.
Yeah, alcohol's
Okay,
not
alcohol's never
allowed.
allowed, okay, yeah.
Um,
Or just, shouldn't joke around, somebody gets hurt, let's say, at an event that's not put on by us.
So, as part of this agreement, there's a release of liability that the city assumes no responsibility for personal injury or loss of property brought or placed in the facility in connection with use of the facility.
But, okay,
So-
but what if it's an invitee, like,
So
you're giving out toys, a member of the community comes in and they hurt themselves?
So, I mean,
that
there's always the potential for liability.
Yeah, liability.
And, it's gonna come down to whether or not the city was negligent maintenance or repair of the building.
So the way I understand that from the insurance is if it's a direct city event, then it's under the city's liability insurance. But if another organization is doing it, it's completely on that organization. So like, we can't do the senior exercise program if they come in and it's just on city time and they're doing it in the building. But if they wanted to do it under the Von Ormy Neighborhood Association and they're the ones putting on that event, then it's not on the city, it's on that organization.
Yeah, but if somebody gets hurt or dies, they're gonna sue everybody.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right, and so I'm saying, should there be a requirement
And
for
then
that?
like, we don't have the AED machine, we don't have,
Yeah.
we don't have, I mean,
Because I know, I mean, for years, when we used to have our city festival at Sacred Heart Church,
Yeah.
they required us to buy event insurance because we were bringing lots of people in, and I suppose there was alcohol
yes.
and other things, but I'm just saying, it depends on the scope. Like if someone's having like you said, a baby shower, that's one thing, but if someone's doing a large event, I mean, I don't know, maybe perhaps we should be requiring event insurance just to make sure. And it's responsible for the public, because somebody comes onto our property at an event, they get hurt by an accident, and this nonprofit has no assets, and the city has immunity. Now someone's hurt, and there's no way, you know,
Yeah.
that's part of just being responsible to the public, saying, hey, come use our facility, and even though we're immune from suit. Anyway, think like a lawyer. I think you need to make people whole, right? It's depending on what it is. And how do we discern the difference? I don't know, but maybe that's something we need to look at. But yeah, Mary, do you have?
Why
Quick
don't we just get signs and say, you know, like, hey, you're invited, but we're not responsible for
Yeah.
accidents or car
That doesn't stop a lawyer. There was a sign. I'm like, I don't care about that sign. Was it in 5 languages? Was it there for the?
Lawyers are tricky.
See, yeah, well, you got to think about it. Okay. Well, maybe we can just revisit and see if there's anything we need to tweak or improve. We can run about it. Just,
Yeah,
it's good to look at it again every few years. I just want to have clarity. So when we get it, we can just always refer back to the policy, and those kind of issues should be addressed. And we all know how to.
We need to go through the ordinance again or whatever, just to make sure that we got,
That's what I'm saying. We just
Yeah.
review
I
it.
mean, if you want to open it to where the general public can use the building too, we could consider that, because what we have is just for nonprofit use.
Okay, so we don't allow. If I wanted to go throw a baby shower for somebody, I
No.
can't use it. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
The ordinance was just for,
No private parties.
yeah, it's
I
no
see.
private
No private
parties.
That's probably smart. That's probably wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
how many private boards are you gonna have in Von Ormy? Come
You'd
on.
be surprised.
Well, why don't we just have the city administrator, myself, and the city attorney just review the policy,
Yeah,
and if there's any recommended updates, we'll bring it back at the next meeting, and we can have it posted for clarity.
So we
Yes, Jack?
Am I getting this right? So are you talking about the 501Cs?
I think a nonprofit. Well,
Well, it's unofficial nonprofits to unincorporated, incorporated just in the state, and then 501c3s, like whatever. We didn't make it specifically 501c3. It's just a nonprofit or not-for-profit.
yeah, I mean, so 501c3 is a tax status. To be a nonprofit, you're usually registered with the Secretary of State. If you're an unincorporated one, I mean, you're really just nothing. I
Yeah,
mean,
you just say, I am this.
which is the same as the public.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe we need to sharpen that up and say you have to be, it costs $25 to get a nonprofit through the state. So if you can't even do that,
But that will allow citizens, if they have a group or an organization, able to use the facility?
right.
Got it.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. And then you just have to police it. I mean, if we have people here every day, all day, and it's tearing up
Now,
the facility, we
there-
might have to adjust.
There are like rules where if you have X number of people, you have to hire off-duty police.
Okay.
So I think it's, if you have 50 or more people, you have to hire off-duty.
Okay. What about like cleaning the facility after?
Yeah,
you-
they're supposed to take the trash out to the
Like that
dumpster and all
Okay.
that. That's part of the security deposit as well.
All right, well, we'll review it, eyeball it, and if there's anything we might need to improve or update, we'll bring it back at the next
yeah,
meeting.
we need to look at it.
Okay.
One more thing. On this American Legion,
Yes,
we have been using this building for about maybe 7, 8 years.
Okay.
Since
Yeah.
Sally Martinez was the mayor.
Yeah.
And we have a meeting Saturday, and I will put another sign on the door which says, "Home of the Brave."
I'm passing along the things that people have said to me. I love the fact that the American Legion works here. I've just heard people say it's the city's building, the citizens pay for it. The sign should say,
But all they-
City of Von
all
Army
they-
Hall, American Legion meets here.
And all they do for the city? Who do you think does those Thanksgiving 30 dinners and all that?
I understand, but I'm just,
And we're not asking the city for
I'm just
nothing.
representing the constituents that are calling me up and saying it should say this is the city, because that's,
That's no big deal.
I know,
It's no big deal.
I know. I think we can make it look nice, have both. This is the city's, this is the Citizens Hall, and we're proudly the American Legion Post meets here too.
Well, like I said, I'll put a sign up, the home of the brave.
From the brave, there you go.
Sounds
Like that. Yes,
And,
ma'am.
and another,
I'm here with Von Army Cares. I'm actually on the board. So I have a question.
Okay,
So what you're saying is you're gonna revisit this, right? So I have to come back to another meeting and find out what your resolution is?
yes.
In regards to using it.
If there's, if there is anything, we're just gonna look.
Okay, perfect. And I will do that.
Okay.
The information right now was kind of confusing. It was yes and then no,
No.
and I need a direct line.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
No.
gonna revisit, we'll come back, not a big deal.
I don't think anything's gonna, I wouldn't foresee anything, any changes that say people can't use it. We just wanna make sure that there's consistency, or if there's liability issues like this, like, we might wanna add event insurance if it's more than 50 people or something like that. And it'll be on the agenda.
After all, we're all here for our community, right? I don't
Absolutely.
live in Von Army, but I do a lot of nonprofits across our county.
Yeah, no, thank you for what you do.
So,
Appreciate it.
you know, we're just trying to help. They're trying to help, we're trying to help, everybody's trying to help. And we're here for the betterment of the community, so we can
Yeah.
have a resolution for every property. I think it would be good.
Absolutely.
And make sure that there's no liability from Von Army, because it is a swamp.
Yeah.
How big is Von Army?
2.2 square miles.
Yeah,
1,300
it's a
residents.
beautiful city, I love the
Yeah.
greenery and the river that goes through it, but we need to protect it, right? So, and that is a huge liability.
Yeah. It'll be on the agenda so that you'll be able to review it in advance and give us your input.
Perfect,
Appreciate it.
and I'll prepare something.
Okay. All right. Anybody else before we move on? All right,
No,
thank
we're
you.
gonna take care of the sign, don't worry about that.
Okay, I appreciate it. I know you guys would.
No.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to executive session. This is for 10, 11, and 12, is that correct?
10, 11, and
Yes.
12.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the Board of Commissioners will meet in executive session pursuant to the provisions of the Texas Open Meetings Act, including without limitation, sections 551.071, 072, 074, and 0761 in the executive session to take up agenda items 10, 11, 12, discussion on possible real estate opportunities, discussion on waste management contract, and discussion regarding the potential formation of a housing authority for potential. Should that be an executive or?
Yeah, because it's, that's what
Consultation.
that oddball one is, the 551.
I got you. Okay.
761.
All right. And I hate to ask everyone to please leave, but if you would please. And it's
We're coming,
Vámonos.
7:28 p.m.
Can I have your microphone? Thank you.
I just needed a laugh, that's all.
Use the light in the meeting.
Oh, had to wake him up.